Hello, my name's Finn, but you may know me as Carbonic. This is KarbTalk. This is the show where I talk about whatever my $10 and up patrons want to hear. If you'd like a video just like this one, talking about any topic that comes to mind, you can become a Patreon supporter yourself. Links will be in the description. Thank you very much. And without further ado, our topic this video comes to us from Dev Aesthetic, who wanted to hear a little bit about Nicolas Kawamura. Nicolas Kawamura is the main protagonist of DashBored. He, like many other DashBored characters, has existed long before the DashBored project itself. I mentioned in the Alex video the first concept of two brothers. Nicolas evolved from the other brother, a quieter and more choleric younger brother. Nick's design has evolved a lot over the years. His first design as the brother was very anime pretty boy. He wore round glasses and had silver hair. Obviously, my tastes have changed over the years. In the first version of DashBored, at the time titled Drive, we start to see the basic parts of Nick's final design come together. At this point, he was skinny, only wore a t-shirt and pants, had large aviator sunglasses, and had short blonde hair, rather than the wavy black hair he has in the final design. The final design was actually somewhat co-opted from a cancelled project of mine. Kowloon was a small atmospheric exploration game which never really got off the ground, but featured a main character named Takeshi, whose design would later get turned into Nick's final design. The generic weird old man NPC, which appears in DashBored, also got his first appearance in Kowloon, as Takeshi's elderly neighbor. This is somewhat referenced by the old man who stands in the yard next to the starting house in the garden. Nick's outfit is simply based on what I was wearing at the time I designed it. As with the other main characters of DashBored, I wanted to create outfits which lend themselves to a sense of realism. Through that, I wanted to create looks for each character that would be immediately recognizable and somewhat iconic. Nick's glasses were changed from large aviator style to the small rectangular glasses to allow for a wider range of visible emotion. The original glasses were simply too large, and it made it hard for the player to tell what Nick was feeling at any given moment. Nicolas is a hikikomori. This aspect affects his character arc over the course of the game. The decision to make Nick a hikikomori came from the place I was in at the time of development. During 2016, I was in my junior year of high school, and I was going through a heavy bout of depression. I felt a terrible sense of doom towards the future, and I was scared of what would happen once I graduated from high school. At this point, I was convinced that I would end up becoming reclusive and close myself up from the world, and Nicolas was sort of my way of exploring this idea with myself. Many other aspects of Nick's characterization is a reflection of my self-image at the time of development. I was very careful when it came to coming up with the bad ending of DashBored. It would be simply too easy to have Nick die in some hole or have some tragic fate. So I wanted the bad ending to have a real feel to it, just like everything I wanted to get with Nick. So instead of having Nick die, I sort of had him suffer a metaphorical death, where he simply returns to his old ways after the end of DashBored. This way, I think, is actually sort of a worse fate than him dying, at least in a narrative sense. For me, Nick's character arc is pretty much finished by the end of DashBored. Because of this, I have trouble at the moment seeing new ways to make him the main protagonist. However, for anyone who happens to be a fan of Nick, don't worry, I still really like him, and we certainly haven't seen the last of him as a character. That's all I can really think to talk about Nick right now. I hope you enjoyed listening. I certainly enjoyed talking about it. If you'd like a short video just like this, you can become a $10 or more patron on my Patreon. I make a video for you once every month. It could be about any topic that crosses your mind, and if it's something I don't really know about, I'll find the best information I can get on it and make a video for you. Thanks for listening, and I hope you have a good night. Bye.